Hello Internet, welcome. Today we're going to be sad about Python typing for a little while. What we have here on the left is we have Python 3.12 with the new type statement definition, and we have our own recursive JSON type here, which basically defines the same structure just as a regular JSON, which is you have either a primitive or an array of, well, JSON objects, or mapping a dictionary between a string key, or we could argue maybe also other primitives as keys, but depends on the spec, and that maps to to other values of JSON objects. And this is fully recursive and lazily evaluated. And here on the right, what we have is the Python 3.11 definition, which uses from future import annotations, which means that string values here are interpreted as types by type checkers, but lazily only after the module was loaded. And we have the same recursive definition of primitive to primitive or a list of objects or a mapping of string to objects. And the sad thing about this is that we can't have nice things yet. MyPy still does not support the new syntax, which means that if you run MyPy, it fails by saying we don't support that yet. But if we run our PyTest with TypeGuard, which type checks everything and validates that objects are indeed the type of conform to their type hints, that works well. And on Python 3.11, we have the opposite. MyPy is fully working, or maybe not because I've broken something. Of course I did. Let's see, what have I broken? Oh, I see. Yeah, this is supposed to be JSON object, because we can't have nice things completely. And now everything looks fine. Basically, we say, because we're operating here on the object, then we must claim this is a dictionary and not a completely random JSON object, because ints and floats don't have the bracket operator. So this assertion now works when we map it to object. But if we run our TypeGuard, then why is this now not working? Oh, because we are now using JSON object, of course. So if we actually, let's just switch again to TypeGuard. Now it says if we use JSON, it claims that it cannot check that, because we have JSON, which is a for declaration of the same type, or at least it doesn't know it's the same type. So it's saying it's a forward reference to something. And we, since TypeGuard cannot promise us that this is actually a valid type, then TypeGuard fails. So in 3.11, we don't have full type checks here yet. If we actually remove this and we just run this test with no assertion, then MyPy will not complain about us accessing the JSON object incorrectly, but TypeGuard will still fail because, well, it still looks like it doesn't know what JSON is. On the other hand, here everything, as we've said, on the TypeGuard level looks fine, and on the MyPy level it is just sad because it does not support this yet. And that's it. I don't know. This has surprised me that it's still not supported, but also like Python 3.12 is quite young at this point. I think we are still on patch level 0, so it's not that surprising that MyPy does not support that, but hopefully in the near future they will, and then we will have nice things like recursive types in Python that are completely static type checked, and we have also safety guards on runtime if we choose to add them in. Okay, hope you learned something new, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.